So, we meet again. Hey guys, we will get started in 5 minutes at the usual time, 2 o'clock East Coast time. Very special day for me here today. I'll tell you why in a few minutes when we get started. But I'll just say hi to Alana and all the other kids coming in and grown-ups coming into the room. Katie's here. Who's represented today? What states are represented? New Jersey is represented by Logan. New York is represented by Braden. Anybody else? The Markwood crew are here. I don't remember where they're from. Jonah and Brianna are here. And North Carolina is represented by Abigail and Chester. Okay. Hi, Eve. Hi, Nora and Eloise. Texas is represented by James. Pennsylvania is represented by Isabella. And Connecticut's represented by Kaylin. Hi. Billy Bob's here, of course. And Bennett. Hi, Bennett. North Carolina, did I already say that? Peter? Jonah and Brianna, Long Island. Hi. AJ and Morgan. Alabama is represented by the Phillips kids. Okay. Alan. Hi, Alan. Hi, Tyler. Okay. Illinois is represented by the Corley kids. Noah and Ava. Hiya. Tennessee is represented by Claire and Connor. Philip. Hi. Canada is represented by Dylan. Hi, Amy. Sarah and Brian are here. We have 4 minutes to about 3 minutes to go. Hi, Alex and Zach. India is represented by Srikar. Arkansas is represented by Jack and John. Hi, Lucy. Amanda represents Maryland. Okay, hi, Philip. Okay, and who else is here? We got 158 people here, 163. Billy Sickles represents Washington. Wyatt, hi, Wyatt. Isabel and Abby are here. Esma and Selma. Sophie in Glen Rock. Meredith. Washington Phillip. Okay. All right. So we got 2 minutes left to go. Molly. Hi, Molly. How you doing? Dan is here. Unless that's me, in which case I know I'm here. Tatiana. Hi. Lainey and Ben from Connecticut. Oreo the dog is here. I love it when dogs and other animals show up. Isaac and Oliver and Shelley. William's here. Hi. 178 people. Skyla. Natalia from Fresno, California is represented. Okay, I didn't catch that one. Sorry. Iowa is represented by the O'Connell family. Ethan's here. Hi. We got about a minute and a half. Oregon's represented by Benjamin, Kaylee, Joseph, and somebody else I didn't catch. Reed is here. Michigan is represented by Bryce. Yes. Aiden and Ariana. Isaac and Oliver. Everybody's here. Get your friends. You still got a minute to get your friends and your cousins over here. Colin and Cora are here on this special day. Aubrey, Ben, and Annabelle from Florida. Billy Bob. Okay, we got less than a minute to go. Okay, you guys. Hi. Hi to all of you. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. Tennessee is represented by the Hopper family. Amelia and Joseph are here. Shates and Apollo the dogs. Gemma and Jet are excited. Logan and his family are here. Great. Alex and Antonella from New York. And Arizona is represented by the famous Jim Palat. Okay. All right. I better take a sip because we got, looks like 20 seconds. Okay. I'm psyched. You guys psyched? Let's do this thing. In 10, 9, 8. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. It's go time, baby. Hi, Dan Gutman here, and welcome to number 66 in my weird read aloud. We're heading for 100, by the way. And today is a very special day, actually, because it is a book birthday. This is the only day in this whole 100 read alouds that I have a book coming out today. And the book is, as many of you know, Mr. Marty Loves a Party. So I'm going to sing happy birthday to Mr. Marty Loves a Party. Happy birthday to Mr. Marty Loves a Party. Happy birthday, dear Mr. Marty Loves a Party. Happy birthday to Mr. Marty Loves a Party. Thank you very much. Hope you'll get the book. Okay, let's see. Let's go to our question of the day, which is from Felix in Colorado, who asks, where do you get the joke of the day? And the answer, Felix, is I get it from people like you who send me an email or a private message with like a really cool joke. I use them, and I am running out of jokes, so I need some jokes. So send me some good ones, and if you send it to me, give me your first name and the state where you live, so I can give you a shout out when I say your joke. Okay, so our book of the week is Miss Brown is Upside Down, and as we learned, well, we didn't learn actually. This book was actually inspired by my daughter Emma. And it's in fact dedicated to her because when Emma was in high school, she participated in this program called Odyssey of the Mind, which you might have heard of. And it's like a series of mental challenges that the kids participate in. And so I decided that would make a good My Weird School book. And I called it The Brain Games instead of Odyssey of the Mind. And Miss Brown is a sort of a creativity expert who comes in to be the coach of the team, the elementary school team for the Brain Games. And there's going to be a big competition against Dirk's school, the crosstown rival. And the winning school is going to get a trip to the Pizza Land water park. Woo! Very good. And the co-captains of the elementary school team are AJ and Andrea, of course, because they're in the Gifted and Talented program. All right, so that's where we left off. Let's start with chapter 3 today, which is titled The Death Machine. Ooh, okay. You guys ready? Gather around your big screen TV, your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is. Here we go. The next morning, right after we pledged the allegiance, Miss Brown came into our classroom. This time, she wasn't walking on her hands. She was on a pogo stick. Anybody can walk on their hands, she told us. It's more creative to hop. The students are very excited about the Brain Games, said Mr. Cooper. When do we begin? Right now, Miss Brown replied. The most important part of the Brain Games is building our car. So we should work on that first. What? Building our car? Is she out of her mind? We can't build a car, said Ryan. We can't build a car, said Michael. We can't build a car, said Neil. In case you were wondering, everybody was saying we couldn't build a car. Sure you can, said Miss Brown. You just have to use your creativity. But a car needs a motor, said Andrea. How can we build a car without a motor? Said Miss Brown. We need to find something that will turn the wheels. So, what turns around? A screwdriver, said Neil. An egg beater, shouted Emily. A drill, yelled Alexia. Kids were shouting out all kinds of things that turn. I looked around the room. That's when I got the greatest idea in the history of the world. A pencil sharpener, I shouted. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. A pencil sharpener turns around, I said. But how can a pencil sharpener power a car? Asked Ryan. It can if it's an electric pencil sharpener, I told them. Everybody looked at me some more. And here's a picture, Jim's picture, of all the kids throwing out ideas of things that turn around. Wait a minute, Andrea said.
Arlo is right. Remember that remote control pencil sharpener that Mrs. Yonkers showed us?
Oh yeah, everybody said. Our computer teacher, Mrs. Yonkers, has a thing for remote controls. She uses a remote control for everything. She even has a remote control. That's a remote control you use when you're too lazy to get your regular remote control. You just press a button on the remote control, and you can control your remote control remotely. Mr. Cooper went down the hall to talk to Mrs. Yonkers. They came back with the remote control pencil sharpener she invented. It made it possible to sharpen a pencil from 10 feet away. We can use the motor from the pencil sharpener to turn the wheels of our car, I explained, and then we can move the car with the remote control. I should get the Nobel Prize for that idea. That's a prize they give to people who don't have bells. While Mrs. Yonkers helped us take the motor out of the pencil sharpener, Mr. Cooper got on the intercom and called a few of the other teachers. Miss Small, our gym teacher, came in with 4 tennis balls so we could use them as the wheels for our car. Miss Lazar, our custodian, brought up some wood, screws, and tools so we could build the body of our car. Mr. Docker, our science teacher, helped us figure out a way to steer our car. Ms. Hannah, our art teacher, brought up some paint so we could decorate our car. And here's Jim's picture of everybody sitting around the table with all the teachers helping them work on the car they're building. We spent all morning working. Mr. Cooper said we could skip reading, writing, and math for the morning because everybody was doing such a good job. Finally, just before lunch, the car was done. We all stood back to look at it. Wow, I said, this car is cool. And here's Jim's picture of the car, which also appears on the cover of the book. In color. You kids are so creative, said Miss Brown. We should give the car a name, suggested Ryan. Everybody started shouting out names. The Love Bug, Supercar, the Death Machine. Miss Brown said we should vote on it. She had us raise our hands to vote. There was an equal number of boys and girls in the class. All the boys voted for the Death Machine. The girls voted for Love Bug. Only one girl didn't vote. It was Alexia. So she had the deciding vote. Which name do you vote for, Alexia? Asked Miss Brown. Vote for the Love Bug, shouted all the girls. Vote for the Death Machine, shouted all the boys. Alexia didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to do. She had to think fast. I vote for, she finally said, the Death Machine. Yay! Shouted all the boys. And that's how our car came to be called the Death Machine. You know what would be really cool, I said? We should put a rocket launcher on the roof of the Death Machine. What's the point of that? Andrea asked, rolling her eyes. Cars don't have rocket launchers. Rocket launchers are cool, I told Andrea. Every car should have a rocket launcher on the roof. I got a model rocket kit for my birthday, said Neil. It would be easy to attach a rocket launcher to the roof of the Death Machine. Anybody can build a car with no rocket launcher on the roof, said Ryan. But putting a rocket launcher on the roof is creative, right, Miss Brown? We all looked at Miss Brown. She thought it over without saying anything for 1,100,000 seconds. I think putting a rocket launcher on the roof of the Death Machine is a great idea, she said. Ha! Na-na-na boo-boo on Andrea. She lost 2 arguments in a row. I'll bring my rocket launcher to school tomorrow, said Neil. In the meantime, we need to test the car, said Miss Brown. Neil put the death machine on the floor. I picked up the remote control. Michael and Ryan moved some desks out of the way to make room. Okay, let it rip, AJ, said Miss Brown. I pushed the on button. The car made a sound like a pencil sharpener. Then it started moving slowly. It works, Neil shouted. See if it can turn left, AJ, said Miss Brown. I steered the car to the left. The death machine is hard to control, I said. See if it could turn right, AJ, said Miss Brown. I'm trying, I said. It wasn't easy. I kept pushing the buttons, but the death machine seemed to go wherever it wanted. Suddenly, it started moving back and forth really fast. Then it started driving around in crazy circles. I can't control it, I shouted. Kids were diving to get out of the way. Run for your lives, shouted Neil. And here's Jim's picture of the death machine going every which way. It's out of control. Everybody started yelling and screaming and shrieking and hooting and hollering and freaking out. That's when Emily tripped and fell. The death machine was coming straight at her. Help! Emily shouted just before the car crashed into her. She was on the floor, freaking out. Then she got up and went running out of the room. What a crybaby. All she did was get run over by a car. I guess we need to do some more tests on the death machine. All right, that's chapter 3. You guys ready for chapter 4? It's titled, The Bridge of Love. Love, 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 love. Right after we pledged the allegiance the next morning, Miss Brown came into our classroom. This time she wasn't hopping on a pogo stick. She climbed in through the window. Anyone can use a door, she told us. It's more creative to climb in the window. Here's a picture of Miss Brown climbing in the window. Miss Brown is weird. Neil brought his model rocket launcher from home and we attached it to the roof of the death machine. It looked cool. What's our next Brain Games task? Asked Mr. Cooper. Today, we're going to build a bridge, she replied. The bridge that can support the most weight will be the winning bridge in the Brain Games. How are we going to build a bridge? Asked Alexia. We're just kids. You have to use your creativity, said Miss Brown. Now, what material could be used to build a bridge? We should use something really strong, Andrea said, like bricks. According to the rules, said Miss Brown, we're not allowed to use bricks. Besides, anybody can build a bridge with bricks. We have to use our creativity and build our bridge out of something you might find in a classroom. We all looked around. Pencils, shouted Michael. Glue sticks, shouted Ryan. Paper, shouted Neil. Everybody was yelling stuff. I looked around the classroom. There was a box of toothpicks on Mr. Cooper's desk. Toothpicks, I shouted. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Everybody except Miss Brown. That's a great idea, AJ, she hollered. We can build our bridge out of lots of toothpicks. Wow, that was my second great idea in 2 days. No wonder I was in the gifted and talented program. Mr. Cooper called Ms. Hannah in the art room, and a few minutes later she came in with a bunch more toothpicks in little boxes. We spent all morning gluing them together to build our toothpick bridge. Finally, just before lunch, the bridge was finished. Wow, I said, this bridge is cool. Here's a picture of the bridge. You kids are so creative, said Miss Brown. We should give the bridge a name, suggested Ryan. How about the Bridge of Death? Yeah, agreed all the boys.
You already got to name the car,
complained Andrea.
The girls should get to name the bridge. That's only fair. I say we call it the Bridge of Love.
Ugh, disgusting. Andrea said the L word. I agree with Andrea, said Emily, who always agrees with Andrea. Andrea is right, said Miss Brown. The girls should get to name the bridge. Yeah, shouted all the girls. And that's how our bridge came to be called the Bridge of Love. Next, we have to see how much weight our bridge can hold, said Miss Brown. We'll do that after lunch when the glue has dried. Who's the lightest person in the class? Nobody knew who was the lightest person in the class, so Miss Brown called our nurse, Mrs. Cooney, on the intercom. She has a scale in the nurse's office, and Mrs. Cooney said we could come down there and weigh ourselves. After lunch, we went to Mrs. Cooney's office. Each of us got on the scale, and Mrs. Cooney called out the numbers. I weighed 66 pounds. Michael weighed 69 pounds. Ryan weighed 58 pounds. The lightest person in the class was Emily. She weighed 51 pounds. Emily, said Miss Brown, when we go back to the classroom, will you please stand on the Bridge of Love to see if it can support your weight? I'm scared, said Emily, who's scared of everything. It will be fine, Emily, said Andrea. The Bridge of Love is really strong. Emily looked all scared as we walked back to our classroom. When we got there, she put one foot on the Bridge of Love, really carefully. It seemed to hold her up, so she put the other foot on the bridge. See, said Miss Brown, the bridge is holding you up, Emily. It just goes to show that we don't need bricks to build a strong structure. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. The Bridge of Love collapsed. Emily fell down. Toothpicks went flying everywhere. Here's Emily falling off the bridge, falling through the bridge. Bad stuff always happens to Emily. Emily was on the floor freaking out. Her hair was full of toothpicks and glue. She went running out of the room. Sheesh, get a grip. All she did was fall through a bridge. I think we need to do a little more work on the Bridge of Love. All right, that's chapter 4. Tomorrow we will read chapter 5. Welcome to the Brain Games. But before we go, we got to do the joke of the day. Ready for the joke of the day? It's from somebody named Easton in Philadelphia. And here's Easton's joke, okay? Why do fish live in salt water? Why do fish live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. All right. If you didn't like that joke, send me a better joke, okay? All right. So, listen, hey, get off your couch, okay? Stop staring at screens. It's time for Josh Salzman and Ryan Cunningham to play us out of here. You guys ready? Let's do it. Is that man nuts?
My weird school, a million hundred hours long. My weird school, where normal things do not belong. My weird school, where art is cool, and the teachers are strange as a rule. And my weird school, oh yeah, it's my weird school.
All right, you guys, see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Wash your hands like crazy. Read like crazy. Bye now. Oh, and don't forget, get my new book. See ya.